Hello all, welcome back to my channel. So today we will deal with very important topic, topology. So before going to start the definition of topology, let us have a look on power set. So what do we mean by power set? Let X be any set. So it may be any non-empty set. Then we may have many subsets of this set. Okay, then the collection of all those subsets is called power set of X. That is the family of subset or collection of all subsets is called as the power set of X. Okay, so that is a family of subsets, or we can say it as collection of all subsets is called power set of X and is denoted by P of X. Okay, and we know that always X is a subset of X itself, and a non-empty set, that is null set, is not non-empty, an empty set, that is null set, is always a subset of all sets. Therefore power set includes these two sets also, that is phi and X also, and remaining all the subsets of X. Okay, so let us have an example for this. If we have X equals to A comma B, then the possible subsets of this A and B are first singleton set A, singleton set B, and A comma B. So these three are the possible subsets of X, and even it includes null sets also. So A comma B itself is a set X. Okay, it is nothing but this is a set X. So therefore the power set of this set X is equals to null set, the set X itself, or you can say it as A comma B, and subset including A and subset including B, or it may be called as singleton sets. Okay, so this is the power set of the given set X. So similarly, let us have one more example on this. If X equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 be a given set, then the power set P of X is, first let us write all the, or here itself we write, but it includes null set and set X itself. So we may have all the singleton sets of the elements of the set, that is 1, 2, and subset including element only 3, and we may have 1 comma 2 and 2 comma 3 and 1 comma 3. So these are the possible subsets, and collection of all these is called as the power set of the given set. So these are the possible subset. Therefore power set of this X is P of X. Now let us come to the definition of topology. So a topology is nothing but it is a subfamily of set X. Here X is a non-empty set, right? Or so we start with, let X be a non-empty set, and T is a collection of subsets, or it is a, so not collection, it is a collection of few subsets, or it is a subfamily. Okay, subfamily means only we are considering few subsets from this power set, that is it is a subfamily of P of X. Subfamily means we are consider only few subset from this power set X, okay, then this T is called topology on X if it satisfies three conditions. So let us see what are those conditions. First condition is phi must belongs to T, and even the set itself X must also belongs to T. That means the T must be of the form, it must includes phi and X. Okay. Then the second condition is the arbitrary union of elements of T is again an element of T. So that is the arbitrary union of elements of T is again an element of T. So it means that if you consider the union of any two elements or any three elements or union of all the elements of T, then their union must be again an element of T, again a member of T. For example, if we have A, B, two elements of this set, okay, so just for example, and we have X equals to A, B, then if I consider union of any these two elements, if I consider union of phi and A and the union of phi and the singleton set B, then their union must also belongs to this topology T only. Sorry, not topology, the set, the subfamily T. Then we say that the second condition satisfied. That means the arbitrary union of any elements of T is again a element of T. So if you consider union of any two members or any three members or all the members of T, then their union must be included in the T itself. Okay, then we call it as the second condition satisfied. Then we have one more condition, or so in generally I will write this one as, if we consider union of A1 union A2 union A3 and so on is equals to their union again equals to their union must also belongs to the set T itself. Okay, so sorry, subfamily T itself. Then we say it as the second condition satisfied. Third one, the arbitrary, sorry, the finite intersection of elements of T is again an element of T. So that means if you consider, as you considered the union, similarly the finite intersection of elements of T, if you consider any elements, so then their intersection must be again a element of T. That means again a member of T itself. So that means if you consider the intersection of any two subsets, then their intersection must be again included in this same subfamily T. Then that the collection of subfamily is called as a topology. Okay, so I repeat, let X be a non-empty set, then the collection, the subfamily T of power set of this X is called topology if it satisfies these three conditions. First condition is phi and X must also be belongs to that family, subfamily T. The second condition is the arbitrary union of elements of T is again an element of T. That means if you consider the union of any subsets of the T, then their union must also belongs to the same subfamily T. third one, the finite intersection of elements of T is again an element of T. So if you consider the finite intersection of the given elements of T, so any members of T, then their intersection must also belongs to the same subfamily T. Then T is called as a topology. Okay. So and the any so consider an example here. Example. First one. If x equals to a comma b. Okay. So we may have the power set as you can write the power set, or else you can directly give the the example for the topology. So let us have an T1. So let us have a family T1 equals to phi comma a. So it is an example for subfamily T1. So let us check whether this is a topology or not. Okay. So let's see. So first check one by one condition. So whether phi and the set X itself belongs to this family or not. So you can observe that phi belongs to this T1, but X doesn't belongs here. So it doesn't belongs to T1. Therefore we can say that this is not a topology. Is it right? So for topology we must have phi and X, the set X itself belongs to the subfamily T. So first this T1 is not a topology. Let us have another example here. T2. So it is equals to null set X and an element A. So let us check whether this set is, so this family, this subfamily is a topology or not. So you can observe that here it includes phi and X. The first condition is satisfied. Okay, now let us come to the second condition. So that is arbitrary union of any elements of this T must be again a element of T. So first let us consider the union of phi and X. Here I will consider union of phi and X. So union of null set with the same set we have. Any set we have the same set. So therefore we have X itself. So X means it is nothing but phi union phi means it is a null set, right? So here I will take null set union set X means the given set X itself, that is A comma B is again A comma B. So therefore, so this is nothing but the given set X itself, therefore it belongs to the T. Okay. So now we consider another combination of union of the members. So that is we consider two members phi and A. Now let us consider their union. Okay. So if I consider their union, null set union A is equals to is again the same again the set A which belongs to T. You can observe that here it belongs to T. Now we consider another combination. So A and X. Let us consider A and X belongs to T. Let us consider their union, whether their union belongs to the T2 or not. Let us check this one. So union of A, this set X. X means this is nothing but A comma B. So their union is A comma B. It is again a set X itself which belongs to T2. So here I should write T2, T2. So it belongs to T2. That means this is X. Okay. So that means the second condition is satisfied. That means if I consider the arbitrary union of any members of this T2 is again belongs to the same T2. Okay. Now let us see whether the third condition is satisfied or not. So the third condition is the finite intersection of any elements of T is again a element of T. So that means if you consider any two elements, three elements of the given the given subfamily T2, so their intersection belongs to the T2 or not. So let us check. So first consider any two elements here. I will consider X and A, okay, belongs to T2. So their intersection X intersection A. So X means it is the whole set A comma B and A. So their intersection is A. Now let us check whether this A belongs to this T2 or not. Yes, it belongs to T2. Okay. So and let us have another two elements, phi and X, another combination. So here I am considering phi and X. Phi means it is null set. Intersection X means the given set A comma B. So their intersection is again a null set which belongs to T2. Okay. So you can consider any combination of from this T2. So that must also belongs to the T2 itself. So next, so if I consider intersection of all these three, so phi intersection X intersection A, so then its results, so see here, null intersection X means the set, given set itself, and intersection A, you can observe that these three intersection is again null set which is belongs to T2. So therefore third condition also satisfied. Therefore we can say that all three conditions satisfied, hence T2 is a topology. Like this you can check whether the given subfamily is a topology or not. So next we have one more example on this. Let us have T3 is equals to phi comma X comma B. So again this is a topology, because if you consider the union of all these three, you will get set X itself, okay, as we done this example. Okay, so let us prove this one. So since phi and X belongs to T3, okay, so first condition satisfied, right? Now come to the second condition. So if you consider union of any two arbitrary elements, so I will consider phi comma B belongs to T3, then their union phi union B is again B which belongs to T3. Next let us have another combination, phi comma X belongs to T3, then their union is also, so here X means this is the whole set, that is given set A comma B. So this is also again a set X itself, therefore it is also belongs to T3. Next we have another combination, phi with X, phi with B, then X with B belongs to T3, then X union B is again the set X itself which is also belongs to T3. Let us have all the three, that is union of all these three elements, that is phi union X, B union X. So it implies that phi means it is null set, B union X means the set, given set X. So therefore their union is again the same set X which belongs to T3. Thus second condition also satisfied. Okay, now let us have like this, we can prove the third condition also satisfied. That is combination. Let us have the combination of all these three and check their intersection belongs to the T3 or not. Then we can say that it is a topology. Because here for third one, let us have intersection of these two elements, that is phi intersection B. So which is equals to null set. It belongs to T3. And let us have combination of these two elements, phi intersection X. Okay, I have written here set X. So this is again a set X. This is a null set. Intersection is equals to null set. This also belongs to T3 and X intersection B. X means it is the set A comma B. Intersection B is again equals to B. It is also belongs to T3. Therefore, and we have last combination, phi intersection B intersection the set X itself, that is A comma B, is equals to null set. This is also belongs to T3. Therefore, we can say that third condition also satisfied. So hence T3 is a topology. Okay, like this we can check whether the given subfamily is topology or not. So here we have few more examples, but here this phi comma A comma B is not a topology since X is missing here. Next, here I am taking the same examples, that is set X is equals to A comma B itself, and then its power set is phi X comma A comma B. And the second one, this phi comma A or X comma A are not topology because here X is missing, here phi is missing. So in this case X comma A comma B is also not a topology because here phi is missing. Okay, so only these four are the topologies. Okay, so the T1, the containing only null set and X, is also a topology. And T2, P of X. P of X means the set containing all the subsets. So that is the power set itself is a topology. So always remember that if X is any set, then the subfamily including null set and X is always a topology. Because here these two belongs to the T1, so therefore first condition satisfied. For second condition, if you consider union of these two, for second condition, if you consider arbitrary union of these two, is again the set X which belongs to T1, therefore second condition satisfied. And come to the third condition, if you consider arbitrary intersection of these two, is again null set which also belongs to T1. So therefore we can say that always T1, so for any set the subfamily containing phi and X is always topology, and this type of topology is called as the indiscrete topology. Indiscrete topology, we will discuss it later on. Okay, first before that let us see what is a, so let us see few more examples on the topic. So next consider next set X equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then T1 containing phi and X is a topology definitely, and T2 containing power set, sorry here I am not written, so we can say that T2 next one more set T3 containing power set of X is also a topology. Always remember that the set containing phi and X is always a topology, and the set containing power set, the subfamily containing power set itself is a topology on the given any set. Okay, then Here T2 contains 5 comma x comma 1 comma 2, sorry, subset 1 singleton set, it is called as a singleton, and 2 1 comma 2 4 comma 5 and 1 comma 2 comma 4 comma 5. Next subset 1 comma 4 comma 5. Next subset 2 4 comma 5 is a topology, because if you consider any union of any these two subsets from this T2, again a element of this T2 itself. Okay, you can check this one. Third example, if x equals to 1 comma 2, then T1 containing 5 comma x comma the singleton set 1 is a topology. Okay, so here if x equals to null set, okay, so x is a null set, so it is a non-empty set, then p of x means its power set is also either x, or we can say it as a null set, then it is a topology, obviously, because it contains x and 5. So it is a x or 5 means it is, we can say that it is a null set or the given set itself, therefore it is a topology. Next, if x equals to a is a singleton set, so that means let us consider a set which contains only one element. Singleton means it contains only one element, then that type of set, so it may be any set which contains only one element, then it is always the combination, the subfamily T is x comma 5 and which is a power set, sorry, and power set P of x is only topology on x. So there we have only two topologies. One is x comma 5 containing x comma 5, another one is power set x itself. The power set means it is the set contains, so you can say that this is a topology 1. So topology 2 is phi of x, P of x means it contains null set, the power set x. Okay, sorry, this is the P of x itself, because it contains x means singleton element and null set. Okay, you can say that x itself, therefore it is the only one topology on x, not T2. So this is T1 itself, so it contains only one topology. So remember that if x is a singleton set, that means it contains only one element, then T1 is equals to, or T is equals to containing x comma 5 is the only one possible topology on x. And from these above examples or the first examples, we can say that always a topology may have, sorry, always a subset may have more than one topologies, because there may be a subfamily, the collection of subfamily T1, T2, T3, there may be topologies on x. Therefore we have one note that two different collection T1, T2 of subsets of x can become two different topologies on x. Therefore there may exist many topologies on x. Okay, next we have topological space. A set X together with the topology T is defined on it is called as the topological space. A topological space is nothing but it is the ordered pair of X and T. Here X is the set and T is the collection of subfamily, or T is the topology. Okay, so these set X and topology T together called as a topological space. And we have open set. Open set means any member of the topology T is called open set. For example, if any set which included in the topology T, that subset is called as the open set. For example, in this set, here T2 is the topology, then all these members are called as the open sets. Okay, next we have another two definitions. One is discrete topology and another one is indiscrete topology. Already I have explained what is indiscrete topology. So first let us see indiscrete topology. So indiscrete topology means for any set X, let X be any set, then there exists always a topology T1, which is the collection of set X and null set, is always a topology. So this type of topology is called as the indiscrete topology. And is denoted by, so this is, so it is denoted by Ti. Okay, and always a set X with the topological indiscrete topology Ti is denoted by X comma Ti, and it is called as the indiscrete space. In indiscrete space means, or you can say that indiscrete topological space. We know that what is a topological space. A topological space is the set, it is the set X together with the topology. Indiscrete means it is the set X with the indiscrete topology. Okay, so because already I have explained, if you consider union of this X and phi, it gives the set X itself, which belongs to Ti, and their intersection, that is intersection of set X and null set, is null set, which is also belongs to this Ti. Therefore we can say that always this Ti is a topology on X. And next is discrete topology. For any set X, the power set of this X is also a topology. So for any set X, their power set is always a topology. So therefore this type of topology is called as the discrete topology and is denoted by Td. And a topological space X with topology Td, that is discrete topology, is called as the discrete topological space. So you just remember that what is the indiscrete and discrete topology. A discrete indiscrete topology means a topology containing the subsets X and null set only. Okay, and is denoted by Ti. And a discrete topology is always, it is a power set of any set X. Okay, these two are important. And for example, if we have A comma B as a set X, then their power set is P of X is first null set X, and it includes singleton subsets A and B. So you can observe that this is a topology because if you consider union of any members of this T, P of X, or you can say that T is again belongs to the same power set X, and if you consider their finite intersection, then their intersection also belongs to this same collection of subsets. Okay, therefore we can say that always a power set of any set is a topology and is called as the discrete topology. Okay, so in the next class we will have types of topology. Okay, so we deal with the different types of topology.